There was a lot of cleanup today in Scott County after last night's storm.
Weather out there today, absolutely picture perfect. Looks like it's going to stick around for a little while longer, but I do have storms crashing the 7-day.
Also, the son of presidential hopeful Rand Paul goes to court in Lexington. Find out what's next for the UK student.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT News at 4.
Good afternoon, I'm Jennifer Palumbo. The storms are gone and it's a beautiful day across the bluegrass. The summer-like heat is gone as well. This is a live look at Morehead State University where it's 72 degrees with lots of sunshine. So how long will this last? WKYT's Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey has a look at the forecast first at 4. Chris?
Yeah, looking a little on the paltry side in terms of students out there. Semester is over now, obviously. Summer break upon us there at Morehead State University and across many campuses. But yes, beautiful weather is showing up throughout the entire region. Right now in Lexington, we're getting in on just a hint of some clouds coming in from the south. Now, those are high clouds. 70 is the current thermometer reading. Those winds have been gusting close to 30 miles per hour at times. 70 has been a popular number for most of the area. Southern, southeastern Kentucky, we are warmer than your neighbors to the north and northwest. But overall, those readings compared to 24 hours ago, roughly 10, 15 degrees colder than normal. A couple of pockets where it was raining at this point yesterday are going to have temperatures that are similar to what we're talking about. But overall, highs from yesterday to highs today, close to 20-degree difference in a few spots. A little bit of cloud cover, high ice crystal clouds coming in on that southwestern horizon. If you're out this evening, it's a breezy one, but it's a nice one with temperatures that will continue to drop into most of the area. Focus the forecast when I come back in a few minutes will be from sensational to stormy. The 7-day forecast in about 15 minutes.
Thanks, Chris. A lot of cleanup today from yesterday's strong storms that hit parts of the bluegrass. WKYT's Victor Puente was with the National Weather Service as a team surveyed the damage this morning in Stamping Ground. He's in Scott County with our top story at 4.
This storm brought down multiple trees, damaged a barn, and even lifted a building. The National Weather Service spent the morning trying to determine exactly what kind of storm this was. The damage along Riley Street in Stamping Ground was obvious. This tree had fallen, blocking in people living at the end of the road. It nearly came down on the home across the street. A barn a few blocks away had some of the roof ripped off. And further down Main Street, Charles Baldwin came out to find his garage thrown into his garden. The equipment he was storing inside was untouched. While some people living along Riley said they thought they saw a tornado, the National Weather Service meteorologists said it was straight-line winds that caused this damage. They estimate around 60 to 65 miles an hour.
To look at the type of tree that fell, the state of the tree. So in this case, this tree was actually rotted. And so, you know, it's a big tree, but when it's rotted, it can't stand as much wind. So that's how we came to the conclusion of 60 to 65 mile per hour winds.
When the members of the National Weather Service left here, they went to Marion County, where there were also reports of damage from last night's storms. In Scott County, Victor Puente, WKYT.
People living on Riley Street said their power was restored around 9 this morning. In Madison County, strong winds knocked down trees and damaged homes. Tina sent us this eyewitness video from the Kirksville community. One barn had its roof ripped off, scattering debris onto a nearby road. In Richmond, a tree hit a house. Fortunately, no one was home at the time. Despite the damage, there are no reports of storm-related injuries. The son of presidential hopeful and U.S. Senator Rand Paul has pleaded guilty to a DUI charge in Lexington. Lexington police cited the 22-year-old last month after finding him in an SUV that crashed into a parked car on Woodland Avenue. An officer said Paul smelled like alcohol, had slurred speech, and was belligerent. He was cited but not arrested because he went to the hospital with a face injury. Today, the judge ruled William Paul's license will be suspended for 45 days, and he has to pay $718 in court fees. We'll have more details from court on WKYT News at 5. We're working on a number of other stories for WKYT starting at 4:30. Sam Dick joins us from the newsroom with a look at some of the news in progress. Good afternoon, Sam.
Good afternoon, Jennifer. State police are investigating the deadly shooting of an 11-year-old girl. It happened last night at an apartment in Vine Grove in Hardin County. State police say they found two people, 49-year-old John Jonas and his 11-year-old daughter, dead in a side yard. Investigators suspect it was a murder-suicide. We'll have the latest on the investigation on WKYT News at 4:30. Kentucky Attorney General Jack Conway filed a lawsuit today in federal court against Marathon Petroleum. The suit says that Marathon engages in anti-competitive practices that lead to higher gas prices for customers in Kentucky. You'll hear from the Attorney General about the lawsuit coming up on WKYT News at 5:30. And today, the YMCA in Lexington paying tribute to a man who has helped the organization grow. They rededicated the Beaumont Center Family Y and named it in honor of entrepreneur and philanthropist Bill Gatton. Gatton donated nearly $6 million in land for the current Beaumont Y location and the location where the new Hamburg Y will be built later this year. You'll hear from Gatton on WKYT News at 5:30. That's a look at some of the news in progress. Jennifer, back to you.
Thanks, Sam. Now to stories making headlines around the world at 4. Less than 3 weeks after a devastating earthquake rocked Nepal, another massive quake has struck the Himalayan nation. Dozens of people have died, and that number could rise. More than 1,000 have been injured after a 7.3 magnitude quake struck eastern Nepal today. Karen Kaifa has the latest.
For the second time in little more than 2 weeks, a devastating earthquake rocks Nepal. Tuesday's 7.3 magnitude earthquake brought down buildings and sent people running into already damaged streets.
All of the buildings in the area that I was driving through, where we ended up stopping, just emptied. As literally hundreds of people, moms with their kids close to their breasts, men, young kids pouring out of these buildings. A lot of confusion, a lot of real anxiety.
Dozens of people are confirmed dead in Nepal and in neighboring India, and at least 1,200 people are injured. Officials say many people have been rescued alive from the rubble. The quake's epicenter was about 85 kilometers from Mount Everest in a remote area. The previous quake was 7.8 magnitude and killed more than 8,000 people. Video of Nepal's parliament shows the moment the tremor hit, sending lawmakers fleeing the room. It also triggered a powerful landslide in a sparsely populated region just north of Kathmandu. Relief workers already mobilized from the April quake are providing shelter and supplies. India's Air Force is also providing aid. Many people are sleeping in tents away from damaged buildings that could be unstable. A potentially life-saving move, especially since experts warn that aftershocks could continue. I'm Karen Kaifa reporting.
The Pentagon says a U.S. military helicopter that was providing humanitarian assistance and disaster relief in Nepal has gone missing. Officials say there were 6 Marines and 2 Nepalese on board. The U.S. military says the incident is under investigation.